did. He's a couple of places back than when he started on the grid, but Veda, he's decided.
From Marco Morelli.
Morelli, just, I wonder if it's at mid-season, sort of the question.
A nice line from Brian Uriarte there, hanging on to the advantage.
Morelli's made his way up into third as well. I'm going to win this race. I'm going to take it to the wire.
That's right, he's going to do this to keep his
marks over his future, potentially. Just, you know, it does tend to well ahead of Pratama, so this would be the case where Uriarte does take the championship today.
Yeah. Championships hope arrive into tomorrow. Absolutely superb stuff. But it
happened in the rider's third years. All those questions of, well, what next could sort of play on their mind, but he's...
Indeed. And because Veda knows that, so he's going to be he must be one. So ready, Brian Uriarte who takes the lead.
This is it, down into turn 8 then, as definitely back to his old self. Now he is signed, sealed, delivered to the Asphalt team in Moto3 next year.
Worried about the two Spaniards getting ahead now. They could make a break on Morelli and make it very difficult.
It's one of the biggest braking zones on the track, and we've got Brian into the lead at the end of that.
Absolutely. All ex-rookies in that squad, and it's great to see. Difficult for them. We'll see what happens.
Through Curvone we go, on board with the Indonesian. Not quite as he had first sector then. Out we come, on towards turns 9 and 10. Big overtaking spots here.
Marco Morelli joining him.
Yes, it will be, with Holgado and Alonso as well next year. Tries to make a move through Morelli there. That is one of the bravest places to do it on the calendar. And look at that. You don't want to sacrifice your drive onto the back straight.
Dash into ninth, back into ninth place.
Up too, so absolutely brilliant stuff. It's all starting to... Oh, wow, but it's such a pleasure to watch Veda Pratama ride him a race.
He's got a lot of work to do.
This is the question. Will it be a big old bunch up a little bit now, Peter? Everyone else is catching up. Tinez has actually set the fastest lap of the race. He's silly, fights straight back at him. Tries to stand him up in the middle of the corner as well. Absolutely great train of riders. Or will Brian pull the pin? I tell you what, Peter, he's been smiling all steep for number 77, Venezuelan, a 1:45.0. So is Brian Uriarte pulling the pin?
Rubbing paint off each other, and yet they're not slowed down at all, are they? Because they didn't lose ground to Uriarte.
Weekend, he's seen nothing less than pure confidence every time I've seen him.
Absolutely, isn't he? And
the pin, or is he bunching it up to try and push Veda back as much as possible? What do you reckon?
Well, it's sensationalism in that battle.
Well, then just behind them, you've got Pooh.
You know, Veda knows that he can't afford to let him get away. He's got to get with Brian and give him a hard. Tinez is the fastest guy on the track. His best result this year is a couple of 12th places. You know, so...
Liesi, Zenmitani, who started from 4th on the grid. He's in 6th, just ahead of Danish now in 7th.
Hard time. The number 11 is there, David Gonzalez. He also, in fact, he's given a hard time. But he's quick. I mean, it shows how competitive Rookies Cup racing is and how close it is. It was
7th who's dispatched Ramadeepa. We see fastest laps of the race, the fastest rider on track.
And Morelli's there in 5th place behind Pugliese.
Yeah, we've not seen much of Pugliese the last couple of...
Something that Danny Rivolta, the rider coach, was pointing out to me, Peter. He said it is so close this year that he...
Up the race so far, Hakim Danish.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant stuff. He knows what he's got to do. So.
But don't forget, he's got 2 podiums so far this year, has the Italian rider.
Even the guys at the back of the field and the girl at the back of the field are still doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever...
Even Danish, he went into the race, as I said, saying that the bike was only 80% sorted.
No, he's also won races here in Misano in the European Talent Cup previously, as have been closer and more competitive Rookies Cup, and then it shows when they do go into Moto3 how strong they are.
He's riding around any kind of problems that he's got at the moment, fastest man on track.
The other 20% has got to come well, so really keep your eye on him. But also the 95, Maximo Quiles, another bit of an enigma, but wins pole positions, podiums from him, and that other 20% came from Marco Morelli there as he pushes Pratama out wide as they come Morelli just behind him.
Yeah, and there's the 13. He nudges somebody out of the way there. He knows
in his very first year, even when he started a couple of races late because he was too young.
For too young, that's right, and it's great to see.
Flick it right, then left onto the little straight here from turn 6. Uriarte over
Costanelli. He knows he's got to make his way through. He can't afford to be nice about it. 14 laps. He max there, isn't it? And touch wood, you know, he has been that overly wild stuff.
The curbs, having to jump back onto the track. He's really drilling the pace, isn't he, Peter? But he's
remaining, as you say, Pucciolesi, you know, he enjoys riding at home. He's got a huge fan following here. He showed a couple of times in Rookies Cup, seems to have gone now, and he's on the edge.
He's got a lot of riders able to come with him.
Yeah, he has. And David Gonzalez, you know, he had a fall yesterday. He said he loves the track. He says Mugello's even better, but I have fun here. I'm going to have a great. I can't wait to ride tomorrow.
He pushes character now, isn't he?
But he seems to know where the limit is.
Of course, he did literally crash out of third position.
So he was going for pole. He just pushed and pushed and pushed until he pushed too hard and slid off. But he said, "I'm okay. The bike's." He said.
Well, on they come to the back straight. Well, one of the two back straights, I think I'd call this one. In the championships here last year and knocked himself out, ended up in the medical centre for goodness sake. Like, he was a wild.
Okay, you know, I'm going to do it in the race, and he's chasing Brian Uriarte very strongly now.
It's Brian Uriarte and David Gonzalez. Gonzalez definitely putting himself in the frame for a child by the time he finished Rookies Cup.
That's right. He's a great kid now. He's a great racer.
But he just really wants to make another move back on Pratama and get through again. He clearly thinks he's got better pace, doesn't he? Potential World Championship ride going forward, and he goes for the lead now. He overtakes Brian. It's a slap of the race then. Carter Thompson, 144.8. They get quicker and quicker and quicker.
Yeah, he does, yes, absolutely. And, you know, as I say, Marco is capable of anything.
Under braking into that left-hander, but how much of his drive has he sacrificed? Not too much quicker. We are looking at Dinesh, who's now in 7th place still. He's got resentment.
Time any weekend. His head has just got to be in it, and it's in it at the moment.
I think you've described him right. He is. As he maintains the lead then. Brilliant.
Yeah, and if it finishes like this, Gonzalez, Uriarte...
Tani's still ahead of him, but looking a bit more strong. Sorry, he's in 6th place now. He's got Pugliese behind him. It's an enigma, isn't he? He's one of those riders you just think on his given day, fastest.
Pratama, then Uriarte is the Cup champion, no matter what. So we're coming up to half distance here. Nobody has shown any kind of real advantage. Brian Uriarte has been
in the race, no question.
Great pass by Veda Pratama up into 2nd place behind. What happens tomorrow?
Down the back straight again they come. A little bit of weaving in the background there. We know
the most consistent front runner, but there's a few others had a go, and I would think the next man who is going to have a go, Uriarte.
And then Dan Gonzalez really lost out. He's been properly pushed back now. Morelli moves through into 3rd. They've been warned about that after it got a little bit out of hand over the last couple of rounds, so they got to keep that.
Is Marco Morelli. He pulls alongside. No, he's not going to do it here, but